All right, here we go. Here's a favorite of mine. One of my favorite directors, John Carpenter. We've got Big Trouble in Little China today. Big Trouble in Little China stars Kurt Russell. It came out in. It came out after he was doing horror because he did The Thing, and then he stopped for a bit and did Escape from New York, and then he did this one. But that's when he had Kurt Russell at the helm, so of course it's gonna be good. Um, this movie's great. This movie's cheesy, but it's also like the typical John Carpenter style. Basic rundown of the plot is that Kurt Russell is a truck driver, and he gambles in Little China, obviously. And one of the guys he gambles with needs him to help pick up his girlfriend from the airport, so he does that, brings her back, and then she gets kidnapped by these three like mystical magician warriors, and then he has to go find them. It's great. It's really fun. Best part is that Kurt Russell is very relatable to the audience because he's the fish out of water. So he basically represents what the audience is experiencing. So his responses to everything are basically our responses to everything. Even though we know a little bit more than he does because at the opening it says magic is real. So we know more going into it than he does. But at the same time, we still have the same responses that he does to the crazy stuff that's going on. The fight scenes are pretty good. Special effects are fantastic. The score, obviously, by John Carpenter himself, is flawless. I actually have it here on vinyl. Picked this up from Mondo Tees. You open that up, it's got that nice image. Fun stuff like that. Good soundtrack. John Carpenter always does his own soundtracks. There's very synth heavy, very good stuff in there. Let's talk about the tape. The tape itself is from the Fox Video Selections. They put out a bunch of these. When you start a tape, it has the thing talking about like, oh, here's what you can get from the 20th Century Fox Selections, because that's when they started. This is when they started putting stuff on home videos. They would release earlier titles on VHS, package them with some newer ones, and be like, you have to get the whole collection and everything, because collectors love that. I'm a collector myself, and that just I love it. Okay, what I love is the front. The poster is fantastic. Can't remember who did it. Can't remember. But like I said, tape itself is in very good condition. Doesn't look like it had a lot of watches. Another thing I love about this one is the 20th Century Fox thing they do is where they come like that, and again, just pop it in there. No label on that though, so tape's in good condition. I've watched it a few times. It didn't seem like it was watched much before then, so it's in pretty stellar condition. Now we've got the DVD over here because I double dip sometimes. Standard. There you go. This actually came with the insert on it, if I remember correctly. Because I got this at Walmart. And here's the thing with this. Walmart and other things will release them, and it'll be like, oh, it's new because it's got this on it. But it's like the 2007 release or whatever, so watch out for that because sometimes it might get you. But the bonus features on this are pretty good. You've got commentary with John Carpenter and Kurt Russell, stuff like that. Actually, it's the only bonus feature on it, because another thing they do is the bonus features will say like interactive menu, scene selection, and the fact that it's in widescreen is like a special feature or bonus feature. But I don't really think so, because like it's just standard, wouldn't it? But yeah, DVD's in good condition, obviously. I've been looking for the Blu-ray, but I got to do some more research into what the best Blu-ray is to get. But for the meantime, the DVD's great. It's a pretty decent transfer. Haven't listened to the commentary, but it's John Carpenter and Kurt Russell. Their last one, which was on The Thing, is considered one of the best commentaries ever because they mesh so well together. And movie's about 100 minutes. It's from 1986. Right after this, he did Prince of Darkness, which I have on the shelf. We'll review that a little bit later on down the line when we get into the DVDs. Other than that, definitely check this movie out. I'd rate this probably like 8 out of 10. Definitely. Just because there's a lot to love about it. It's the typical John Carpenter directing style. I believe Dean Cundey does the cinematography again. Or maybe he was working on something else. Let's see. Doesn't say on here. But, usually it's Dean Cundey that does the cinematography with John Carpenter. He did it since Halloween. He did it on The Thing. Halloween 3. Halloween 2. I believe he did Prince of Darkness as well. Anyway, that's it for today. Definitely recommend this movie. There were talks of a remake going around, but I think as of now it has kind of fallen away. So, in my opinion, I'm happy about that because I don't think they could really remake this movie. It all spans from like the time it was made, and everything like that. I just feel like, you really can't. Lightning can't strike twice with this one. Anyway, that's all for today. I'll see you guys back tomorrow for another riveting video.